quick disclaimer. If you're an ultra positive Arsenal fan, please look away now. Because what the buck was that? What the flippity duck was that? Arsenal 1. Bournemouth 2. We all know how Bournemouth is going to play. Everybody knows how Bournemouth is going to play. They are an attacking side. They are going to try to win duels. They'll try to hit you on the break. They're going to play one-on-one. Everybody knows how Bournemouth is going to play. But yet, the players and the manager set up as if they didn't know how Bournemouth was going to play. Let's leave the manager to one side first. I will come to him later. Let's talk about these players. Do they want to make history? Do they know what is on the line? Because the entire game, you cannot say that they were playing with the shackles on if you believe that Arteta was putting them in a shackle. They didn't have that shackle today. What did they do? Rice, captain. Everybody's like, make Rice the captain. If you make Rice the captain, the team is going to be different. He's going to back at people. He's going to shout. Yes, he was the better player among all of the Arsenal players, but who did he actually lead today? When I saw Rice captain, I was like, but Gabriel Magalhaes is usually the captain. Why Rice? So even the manager is also trying to make changes to see maybe a different voice will spur people on. What did the players do today? Please, somebody explain to me. Martinelli and Madueke as our wingers. I said it in my preview and in different streams. You cannot play those two as wingers. That does not work. That does not work. What was Martinelli's contribution? What was Madueke's contribution? Truffert had him on toast. Had his number. Havertz as the 10. What was his contribution? Zubimendi, everybody could see that Zubimendi was not having a good game. No, he's not even had a good game in a long time. I don't think since like February, Zubimendi has had a good game in this Premier League. But it keeps starting over and over and over and over again. Why wasn't he subbed early? I would have left Havertz on and subbed Zubimendi. That was what I would have done. But again, I'm not the manager, so I don't... Manager makes his decision, and then we are here to react to what the manager does. What was Zubimendi doing for Bournemouth's second goal? Ball watching, not aware of his surrounding, of his environment, not aware. And yeah, people are telling me that Zubimendi is miles better than Thomas Partey. Because Partey makes some mistakes sometimes when he's passing. What was Rice's contribution today? Apart from shooting, but the balls do not go anywhere. Weak shots. Corner kick deliveries. MLS had a better game, but overall, it resulted in nothing. People asking for performance. You saw performance today. Did the performance result in a goal? No. Our attackers finished. 5 subs. The manager made 5 subs. 4 attackers. 5 subs. 4 attackers. Gabriel Jesus. Leandro Trossard. Max Dowman. Who was the 4th one? I can't remember now because he didn't even do anything. Oh, Eze! What was their contribution? Remember that bloody interview that Gabriel Jesus did with Rio Ferdinand? Talking about, the manager knows I can come and contribute. He knows I have goals in me. He's only scored 2 goals in the Premier League and he's talking as if he's like scored like 10, 15, 20 goals. What did he contribute to the team today? And also in that interview, he was saying that he always tells Eze should push forward more. But Eze was one of the deepest players. Gabriel Magalhaes was attacking. while Eze was defending. Make that make sense. That shows the mentality of Gabriel Magalhaes. He wanted to win this game, at least equalize. Eze is doing flicks and tricks. That's what he's doing. Flicks and tricks. They brought you on to make changes. Doing flicks and tricks. Gyokeres had a good game, but again, that's how I feel. Arsenal has left the door open for Manchester City. They have left the door open for Manchester City. And as the wise Alan Shearer once said, it's not about throwing games away. It's not about just losing the Carabao Cup final. It's not about getting yourself out, losing to Southampton. You can't just switch form on and off. It's not possible. You can't just switch it on and off like that. It's not possible. It's not possible. You can't decide that, okay, this game matters, this game... That's not the way it works. Let's come to the manager. Mr. Mikel Arteta. Made 3 subs. 3 attacking subs. Took out left winger, number 10, right winger. Brought on left winger, number 10, right winger. What was their contribution to the game? Taking off Zubimendi after the second goal. Because we're seeing that it was only Mosquera getting ready, but when we considered, it brought on Gabriel Jesus. But everybody knows before halftime that Zubimendi was a weak link. Yet he left him on until we considered the second goal. That's when they took him off. And playing Jesus as an 8. Eze. Deep line playmaker that could not make anything. All I saw him do was just flicks and tricks and fall down on the ball. That's all he did. We need Eze closer to goal. That is where his strength lies. But he's playing like a 6. Rice is forward. Jesus is forward. Eze is at the back. He's supposed to be our number 10. We lost to Bournemouth home and away last season. The Arteta of old prepares for the opposition. But this new Arteta has become stubborn. Complacent. I'm going to play the same way throughout. I'll just remove pieces and replace those pieces with new pieces and hope that those new pieces will do what the old pieces should have done. That's how we talk as well in pre-match conferences, by the way. What's the positive? Still 9 points clear. But before it was 1 game in hand, now it's 2 games in hand. And I would not be surprised if Manchester City beats City. So that gap is now 6 points. Then we'll go to the Etihad next. Are we going to win at the Etihad? Not likely, because again, you can't switch form on and off like that. You can't just switch form on and off like that. People are saying Saka is finished, no problem. In your heart of hearts, you were crying for Saka today. You know that you were crying for Saka today. Madueke, Truffet had him. Max Dowman is still young, he's still learning his game. Crossing, holding the ball too long. What was Trossard's contribution? We said Martinelli was not in the game. Trossard came on, all he was doing was playing for fouls. That's all Trossard was doing, playing for fouls. Jesus had a better game. Okay, cool. What was his contribution? How many shots on target? Just 1 header. Terrible. Let's rate the players. David Raya. Terrible game. You watched the game, so you know it was terrible. Miles Lewis Kelly. All right. Gabriel Magalhaes. All right. Saliba. All right. Ben White. Terrible. Declan Rice. All right. Zubimendi. Awful. Havertz. Terrible. Martinelli. Awful. Gyokeres. All right. Madueke, terrible. Subs. Trossard, awful. Eze, atrocious. Max Dowman. All right. Gabriel Jesus, terrible. Mosquera, terrible. He didn't contribute anything, so terrible. The manager, awful. That's my player ratings. That's my reaction. If you have any positives, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much. Press like, subscribe to the channel, check out Run of Play tomorrow where all these bloody United fans will be cooking Arsenal. But I'll be ready for them. I will be ready for them, don't you worry. They can't go away, they can't get away scot-free. But you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new or you're yet to do so. Usually I'm positive, usually I'm not positive, I'm usually realistic. I give a more realistic reaction, but this is also a realistic reaction. That's how I feel it, as I'm feeling right now. But please, I know Arsenal can still win the league. I know we can still win the league. But today's game, Shambolic. Catch you in our next video. Peace.
Psst, psst. Oi. Subscribe. Press subscribe. Thank you.